tonight could be one of the biggest nights, not only in this 1983 playoffs, but really in any playoffs in a long time, as the Miracle Blue Jays are one game away from going to the World Series against the Philadelphia Phillies, who beat the Montreal Expos 4-1. Now we have a PlayStation 4, so we're not in Memorial Stadium. We have to just go into Camden Yards. I understand that, but we're from Baltimore. And you can see Baltimore big game winning game 1, Toronto 2, Baltimore 3, Toronto 4, and the Toronto won big in game 5. So Toronto looking good. This is Storm Davis. He's going to go to the mound today. Can he keep Baltimore in? Jim Clancy for the Toronto Blue Jays. Can he clinch it and go to the World Series? And what would be a really miracle World Series matchup for the Blue Jays next. So here we go. Storm Davis. He had 2 starts. He's 1-0, an ERA of 2.03. 13 in the 3rd inning pitch, giving up 10 hits, 10 strikeouts, 3 walks, and a walks and hits per innings pitch of 0.98. So here comes Damaso Garcia to start things off. Here in the top of the 1st inning. The last few games have had a ton of pitches, over 300. Will this be a quick game or not? First pitch, and that'll be foul. Fouled it off, Storm Davis. The pitcher here. Baltimore has to win both games, today and tomorrow. If they win today and tomorrow, they're in the World Series. If they win today, they have a game 7. It'll be fouled off, 0-2. So quickly to Damaso Garcia. The 0-2 from Storm Davis. And that'll be broken bat, fouled off. As near Eddie Murray prevented him from getting after the ball, and it'll be 0-2, top of the 1st. Oh, too low. 48 degrees, overcast. It's in from left field to win. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. Top of the 1st. And that'll be low again, 2-2. Not given a lower half of the strike zone. Or the lower part, I should say. The 2-2 from Storm Davis. 3-2. He could walk. But now we'll be on deck here in the 1st inning. Again, this is typical where it's taken a long time because there's been a lot of pitches, and it'll be foul. I think it's the fatigue of the pitchers in the playoffs. They had a nice rest at the end of the regular season, and now they're not getting the oomph needed for the strikeout. High into left field, and that'll be Lowenstein with the catch, 1 out. So here it is, Garcia, Bunnell, and Mosby. Barfield, Upshaw, and Ernie Witt will be the catcher today. Johnson, Rance, Mullenix, and Alfredo Griffin, .268 average in the postseason. A little less than checkerboarding, where they have a good and a bad and a good and a bad. And here's Bunnell. It'll be outside, ball 1. Bunnell is hitting .176 here for the Blue Jays. 1-0. High pop fly, center field. Al Bunbury is underneath. They go left and center. Maybe there'll be a pop up to right to end the inning. That is Bunbury with the catch, and now Lloyd Mosby at .340. 3rd on the Blue Jays. No home runs and 3 RBI. Davis, and that's going to be a strike. Lloyd Mosby in the last 4 games, 7 for 18, a .389 average. And Mosby hitting .340, and this will be on the ground. Can they pick it up and get it to first? And he is safe, and Lloyd Mosby will get on first. He has speed, and that was a great idea as he put it down, and it worked. And here's Jesse Barfield. He's been really good the last few games. And that'll be a ball up high. He's brought his average up. was horrible in the White Sox series. In the beginning of this series, they go to first, he's safe. So Lloyd Mosby's on first, a well-placed hit. And you could see Mosby maybe trying for home. The 1-0. And that'll be a strike. 1-1, top of the first inning. If the Blue Jays win today or tomorrow, they're in the World Series. And again, they throw to first, and he's safe. The 1-1. And that'll be down 2-1 with 2 outs. The 2-1. Ran one outside, and that's what happens when you squeeze the strike zone, is you incur a lot of pitches. Always said, you know, as an umpire, when you're squeezing the strike zone, when there's about 9 million pitches to everybody, picked up, thrown to first, and they get the out. We go to the bottom of the first inning. Rick Dempsey. A great fielding play. It's Toronto nothing, Baltimore nothing, bottom of the first. Here is Jim Clancy. 2 starts, 1-0, 1.29 ERA, 14 innings, 15 hits, 9 strikeouts, 1 walk, and 1.14 walks and hits per innings pitched. So he's allowing a base runner every inning. And he's got to stop that. If they expect to win, he's got to stop that. And the first pitch, and that'll be fouled off, Danny Ford. The last 6 games, he's .360, 9 for 25. So Clancy is in, bottom of the first inning. The first pitch was fouled off. And now another one's going to be a ball. My goodness, they're really squeezing this zone, and that'll be fouled off. Looks like they might give them the corners, but they gotta put it right there in the middle third of the strike zone. Oh, they call him out there. So maybe that's a high strike zone. They were going low the whole time. Clancy with the first strikeout, and that was, oh. It looks like he's a little high, and here's Al Bunbury at .268 here in the bottom of the first. Bunbury will foul that off. Oh. Fouled off and onto the side, so it's 0-1. High into right field. Underneath his Barfield, that's going to be 2 outs. Baltimore needs a win to stay alive. Eddie Murray. He has 11 RBIs. He's been tearing this series up. He's been really good. And here's Clancy now with 2 outs. And it'll be on the ground. It'll be, is they going to get him out? They will not. He's safe. Now both Canadian teams have had very much trouble with 2 outs. But the Expos and the Blue Jays, and it was the death of the Expos, and that was Damaso Garcia. He couldn't come up with it. So here comes Cal Ripken, who was thrown out at the plate in game number 5. Boy, was that a change of the guard, and that's going to be a ball that's low. He has an .828 OPS, which is second on the Orioles. 1-0 in the bottom of the first inning, 2 outs, 1 on. And that'll be deep to left field. This one is back, and this one is gone. Cal Ripken Jr., his second home run of the postseason, his first one since game number 2 against the Detroit Tigers, in a 2-out curse for the Canadian teams continues. It's 2-0 Baltimore. Cal Ripken Jr., a 2-run home run here in game number 6. Oh, and that was big. Watch this. Good night. Cal Ripken. Oh, 370 feet. And here's Ken Singleton, 167. And that'll be down low, ball 1. He has 5 RBIs, tied 4th for the Orioles. He's only hitting 167. It'll be 2-0. 0 for 4. High and fouled it off. Jim Clancy now in the bottom of the first inning. Having a little bit of trouble here. He doesn't want to have trouble today. It's 3-1. It's his chance to pitch a great game and get Toronto into the World Series, but it's 2-0 Baltimore. And that'll be a strikeout. Oh no, it's 3-2. 3-2 to Singleton. We're in the bottom of the first inning, Jim Clancy. And it'll be ball 4, and Singleton will be on first. Clancy, this is not the time for him to be wavering with his accuracy. And Lowenstein, 855 OPS, second on the Orioles. 268 batting average. The bottom of the first inning, Clancy taking forever, and that'll be a strike. Lowenstein has had some big base hits, clutch, in this postseason. Detroit and now against Toronto, the 0-1. That'll be fouled over to left field and away. Quickly 0-2. Trying to get HC0023. This is a good one. It's 2-0. Cal Ripken Jr. had the home run in the first inning with 2 outs. As both Canadian teams, the Expos and the Blue Jays, have had trouble with 2 outs. The 1-2, and that'll be jammed him. They'll get the out here. And that'll end the first. HC0023, good to see you. Cal Ripken in the wrong uniform there. But Cal Ripken with the home run, making it 2-0. The Orioles need to win to stay alive. Yeah, yesterday, sorry to bother you. Yesterday, yeah, what happened was, it was weird. Here in the middle of the jungle, you don't always get consistent internet and consistent power. So it was more of an internet issue. It was very bizarre. And when I uploaded, I only noticed it today. It only went 55 minutes. I'm like, what in the world? But that'll be a base hit. And it'll go. So what happened was the game ended. To update you on what happened with that game, and that's going to be a base hit here for Toronto. What happened was the Phillies went up 8-1. I got to finish the game, but for some reason it didn't upload. So the final score is 8-2. It was 8-2 the final. And the Phillies go to the World Series. So I did finish, but I didn't realize it stopped recording. I saw you leave, and I'm like, oh, he'll be back, and I didn't realize it stopped recording there. And it'll be inside 2-0. So Ernie Witt 0 for 3 with the strikeout. But the Philadelphia Phillies win their series 4-1, and they're in the World Series now. It'll be a high pop fly left field. And running over, and that's going to be a catch. That's Rich Dower. And there'll be 1 out. Here's the lineup. Lowenstein, Bunbury, and Ford. In the outfield, Dower, Ripken, Sakata, and Murray on the infield. And Rick Dempsey will be the catcher. So Ernie Witt, who has not had a good playoffs, kind of ruins that early at bat. But now here comes Cliff Johnson, who's really played a lot better. And he goes against Storm Davis, and that's going to be a strike. Yeah, that third baseman, that was big. Oh, that was Rich Dower. Dower's been incredible defensively in the series, and really in both series. He's been very good. And that's going to be Cliff Johnson, fouls that off long. He's 1 for 3 in the last game with a single. Cliff upping his average to 286. It's the 0-2 with 1 out. And that'll be away 1-2 with an out. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Baltimore a 2-0 lead because of a home run. If Toronto wins, the Miracle goes to the World Series. They'll go to second. Murray. It is 3-4-3, and they get him out. Oh, that was big. I think it was 3-6-3. The double play, and we go to Dempsey, Sakata, and Dower. And here's Rick Dempsey at 268, hitting fourth on the Orioles. Always tough when you think about a Miracle team getting down early, especially in the first inning, even though it was a two-out home run. And Dempsey, that's going to be a strike, the catcher. Last 5 games for Rick, he scored 3 runs. And the pitch here, it'll be outside, swing and a miss, 0-2. Simmons, Johnson, Bullard, and Kingsley are the umpires today. And Simmons is behind the plate. He's given a high strike zone and not the lowest in the world, and that'll be pulling away, foul again. Already 22 pitches for Clancy. The 0-2 with nobody out to Rick Dempsey. And that'll be on the ground, foul again. A lot of foul balls here, especially for Baltimore, and it's really upping the pitch count of Jim Clancy. The 0-2, that'll be straight up the middle and a base hit. So Rick Dempsey will get on first. Oh, it is big. Rick Dempsey, the catcher. Right up the middle. Couldn't beat that, and now here's Len Sakata, who's hitting 171. He's cooling off. And that'll be high for a strike. They're working a high strike zone, which means a lot of pop flies. And as you saw, both pitchers are working that high strike zone. And that'll be 1-1. Baltimore 2, Toronto nothing. Here in the bottom of the second. High pop fly to center field, and camping underneath, that'll be 1 out. Boyd Mosby with the catch. Mosby, the center fielder, very quick. There you see Bunnell in left, Mosby in center, Barfield in right, and the infield. Rance Mulliniks, Alfredo Griffin, Damaso Garcia, Willie Upshaw, and Ernie Witt today. Ernie Witt will be catcher. Rance Mulliniks is the third baseman for defensive purposes. Here's Rich Dower. 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning. And that's going to be a ball. The problem with Clancy is that he can't get more. He can't go 1, 2, and 3 easy. He can't have any of those innings. He struggles to do that. He gets outs, but he struggles to do it, and that's going to be a strike, especially with 2 outs. In the last 5 games, Dower has crossed home plate 5 times. We're talking about a series like this, that's incredible. That'll be a hard shot foul. It'll be 1-2. Toronto has come back literally the whole playoffs. Remember last game, they were down 3-0 to Baltimore, and they came back and won 7-3. This will be to left field. Same thing. They got a, oh, what a catch by the shortstop. He came all the way out there. So Toronto 1 away from a World Series. You can see the Phillies beat the Expos. For the World Series, the Phillies are 8-2 in the postseason, and they look to reverse history and win the World Series this time. So the Phillies are looking to reverse history, and it's either going to be the Orioles or the Blue Jays in the World Series. And here in the bottom of the second, here's Danny Ford. Danny Ford now from Jim Clancy. And that'll be a strike. Ford was 0 for 4 in the last game. Jim Clancy is looking for his 33rd pitch. And here they go, and that'll be high and fouled away, quickly 0-2. Who is going to face Philadelphia? Toronto just needs 1 win. That'll be on the ground and picked up by Rance Mulliniks. That was a great play. He's in there for defensive reasons. At the end of 2, it's Baltimore 2 and Toronto nothing. Go to the third inning, Rance Mulliniks now. Toronto has the way of coming back. They've come back all playoffs long. They have. And here's Davis. Mulliniks hits this one deep. And Mulliniks, it won't be deep enough, as Al Bunbury will catch it, 1 out. So Rance is not the greatest hitter of all time, and that's going to hurt him. And now here's Alfredo Griffin, who's been very good. He has a 920 OPS, the on base plus slugging. So he's first on the Blue Jays. And he took that meatball for a strike. He was 1 for 3 with a single in the last game. He should have took that one out to left field. They're down 2-0. They'll be outside 1-1. Cal Ripken Jr.'s home run is the only runs here today for either team. And it's going to be a ball 2-1. 2-1 to Alfredo Griffin, who's hitting .390. And that'll be a ball there, 3-1 to Damaso Garcia. The strike zone has been little today. It's been very little, and Davis, the 3-1, it'll be ball 4, and they walk Alfredo Griffin. Alfredo Griffin is the shortstop that made that incredible play where he ran out to left field. And here's Damaso Garcia. 0 for 1, 245 in the postseason. He flew out in the first. So the Blue Jays have been getting people on base. Oh, and he could have ripped out one. He takes the strike there. 0-1 with an out here in the top of the third. And he swings out one in the dirt. Now it's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. The 0-2 pitch. Here in the top of the third. There he goes. And it's going to be a hard hit and a base hit. And he's going to go to third. They might be able to get him. And he's going to slide in. He's safe at third. It's first and third with 1 out. And that is very big. They got 75 speed on third. Oh, that was very big by Garcia. And now another Blue Jay pressure. As here comes Bunnell. He played very good, except he's starting to cool off here. And it'll be 0-1. They throw back to third. Nobody there. And it'll be 1-0. Oh, this is so big. Here in the top of the third inning, it's 2-0 Baltimore. Toronto with 2 on. Here's Bunnell. And Bunnell hits on the ground. That's going to be a base hit. 1 run. It's going to be 2-1. And they're not going to go anywhere to third. But that is a big run that is scored. Alfredo Griffin, the shortstop, comes through and scores there. And it's now 2-1. And there's only 1 out here. Lloyd Moseby now, 1 for 1. And that's going to be a strike. They got 2 on with 1 out. He singled in the first. He's 8 for 23 and a double and 3 RBI in the series. He also had a game-winning RBI at home that won the game 4-3. Everybody thought extra innings, but he had the base hit, and now it is 3-2 in the game-wise for Toronto. The 1-1, it'll be inside 2-1 with an out here in the top of the third. Oh, yeah, that was huge hitting. It was absolutely huge. Oh, my goodness. It's not, the biggest thing is will Toronto pitching hold them to 2 runs? A swing and a miss there. It'll be 2-2. Moseby has a chance with 1 out to get this thing tied up. There's 1 out, many options here, and outside 3-2. If they load the bases, it'll be Jesse Barfield. Davis knows this. This is just an incredible game so far. The 3-2 to Lloyd Moseby. And that'll be on the ground, and it's going to hit the ground tower. They throw to second, and he's safe. And everybody is safe. Nobody's out. Everybody's safe. And it's a base hit. It hit Rich Dower right in the glove, and it falls on the ground. And it is right now still 2-1, 1 out, and the bases are loaded. And Storm Davis is in a jam. And here we go. Jesse Barfield, a fly ball, ties it up. Remember, Toronto wins this game. They're in the World Series. And it's low ball 1. Storm Davis now. Oh, can you believe this? The 1-0. Davis to Barfield. That's going to be fouled off. 1-1. Last game goes 2 for 4 triple and 3 RBIs. Remember when he was hitting like 0-10? Remember that? He was hitting like one hit in like 30 at-bats. He's really picked it up. That's going to be a strike. The significance with 2 outs would be no sacrifice. Barfield can hit a long fly ball and tie this game, which would be big. The 1-2 with 1 out. And this will be high fly ball to left field. They're going to tie the game. And they're going to come home to throw home. And it'll be close, and it's going to be safer. Tied at 2. Jesse Barfield with the sacrifice fly. It's going to go against him, but that's Danny Ford, who threw home and couldn't get him. 81 speed. And it is 2-2 with 2 outs here in the top of the 3rd. So Storm Davis now first and third, 2 outs. Toronto's tied this game at 2. Now to be on the ground, Rifkin, the second. And why they didn't go to first, I'll never know. But, well, we could ask him afterwards, but Toronto has tied this game at 2. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. This has been a really exciting series. Bottom of the 3rd inning here in game number 6. Being game number 6, that means Toronto is a clinching team. If they win, they move on to the World Series. And one of the biggest upsets I can remember, a real-life World Series champion going down. If Baltimore goes down, and that's definitely the story of the day, and it'll be 2-0. Again, Jim Clancy cannot get through an inning 1, 2, 3 easily. He's got to make life difficult for himself. He should be an accountant and figure out tax codes. You can't just do something simple. It's the 2-1 to Bumpery. And inside a strike, 2-2. I'm just going to call Jim Clancy the accountant because he's got to make everything so complicated. It'll be 3 balls and 2 strikes. Eddie Murray will be the next one up. Eddie Murray's unbelievably good in this series. It's almost like it's a video game number. Struck him out. And Bunbury goes down to center fielder. His second strikeout, Jim Clancy. And again, he takes him to a full count. And this was just a pure swing and a miss strikeout. Now, Eddie Murray, 1 for 1. And that's going to be low, ball 1. Again, they're squeezing the strike zone. Eddie Murray's 1 for 1, a single and a run, hitting .386 in the postseason. They're screaming MVP. And of course he will be if Baltimore wins this series. In the last 9 games, he's had 2 home runs, but 11 RBI. That's more than 1 RBI a game, and since Cal Ripken has the 2 here, and he's due, Toronto needs runs. It'll be 2-1. Again, Clancy has been behind in every count. And it'll be a high pop fly underneath Bonnell, and he makes the catch, 2 outs. When you're behind in every count, that pitch count balloons up. So I will say the bullpens have not been bad. Here he is. Here's Cal Ripken Jr. 1 for 1 and a 2-run home run. And this is the guy you stay away from. And that'll be on the ground. It'll be picked up. Garcia to first. He makes the out. What a throw. Witt, Johnson, and Rance Mullinax as we go to the 4th. This is going to be tight. And Ernie Witt will come up. Storm Davis. Ernie Witt is 0 for 1. He popped out in the 2nd. Here in the postseason, Ernie Witt not the best hitting in the world, but it has picked up, and it's going to be fouled back. Buck Martinez, he had an incredible game. The Blue Jays are shifting their catchers from Ernie Witt and Buck Martinez, and Buck has really picked up the hitting. If the Blue Jays were to pull the miracle off today and go to the World Series, I don't know who they would favor. In 7 games, you got to start somebody 4 times and somebody 3. Well, you know, you do change around the lineup a little bit, and that'll be fouled away, 2-2. Rance Mullinick seems to come in when Ernie Witt is the catcher, though I got to check up on that. That's going to be high, pop fly, and this will be Dower, one out here in the top of the 4th. Rich Dower's been unbelievably good. I keep saying unbelievably good, but quite frankly, there have been some defensive plays. And third base is the hardest position to play defensively. You know, shortstop, you move around, you react. On third base, what you have to do for a routine out is difficult. And that's why there are not many third basemen in the Hall of Fame. Here's Cliff Johnson, 0 for 1, and that'll be outside 1-1. You know, if you got a power hitter, usually they're batting, you know, they're playing first base or somewhere where their agility isn't the biggest. Shortstop, you can usually sacrifice a little bit of the batting for defensive play, and Ripken the first. 2 outs, Ripken to Eddie Murray. There'll be 2 outs here in the top of the 4th inning. Here's Rance Mullinick. He flew out in the 3rd. He's 0 for 1. And Mullinick, and it'll be a ball 1. One and 0, and that's going to be to left field. And that'll be an easy catch. You can see Storm Davis with 2 outs. He just makes short order of the Blue Jays. It's still 2-2. We go to the bottom of the 4th. What's hard to believe, I'm saying this, Singleton comes up. He walked in the 1st.
The designated hitter, Singleton.
But you got to remember, if the Blue Jays win, they're in the World Series. Seriously, if they win, they're in the World Series. And that's going to be a strike there. Jim Clancy in the bottom of the 4th. The 0-1, and it'll be 1-1 inside. You know, we talked about this before. Singleton and Clancy. Singleton, that's to left field, and it'll be a base hit. So again, I'm calling Jim Clancy the accountant, because he can't do something simple. 1, 2, 3. He always gives a base runner. That's one thing Clancy has to clear up if they go to the World Series, because if he does this against Philadelphia, they'll eat him alive. And that's going to be a strike. Ground out in the first, 6 for 22 in the series, a double and an RBI. Though when I say that, you know, I still think Philadelphia's lineup, it has more name power. I think Baltimore's a little more consistent, but Philadelphia has way more power. And Lowenstein in the last 9 games has 2 home runs. So the 0-2, and that'll be on the ground, and it's fair. It is fair, but he only has 21 speed, so he won't get to 3rd. And there'll be 2 on, but nobody out. So the accountant gives up another base hit and makes life difficult on himself. And here's Rick Dempsey, who's 1 for 1. Rick Dempsey, the catcher. And it's going to be down low, 1-0. And again, he falls behind batters. Baltimore is so patient because they know if they are, eventually they're going to have the advantage in the count. The 1-0. And that'll be a short number, and that'll be a base hit. It'll drop. Are they going to come home? They do. The throw home. It's going to be close, but it's up the line. It's 3-2 Baltimore. Clancy is wavering here in the bottom of the 4th, and here comes the manager. Are they going to change him or not? Tim Clancy. And they're going to talk to him. Nobody out in the bottom of the fourth. And here they go. Len Cicada now. Bottom of the fourth inning, and here we go. That'll be on the ground. It could be easily two. They flip to one. They get Hurst, and he's out number two. 6-4-3, and that was very big. Armando Garcia just flips it right here. There's a flip, and they had plenty of time. It's like skiing. It's tenths of seconds. Oh, he might have been off the base. But it doesn't matter. There's 2 outs in the bottom. Well, it does matter. But they call him out, so they had him on, and bottom of the fourth here. And that's going to be a ball inside. To Rich Dower, who popped out in the second. 3-2 Baltimore leads, bottom of the fourth. It's 1-0. Dower again, 0 for 1. That's going to be a hit foul. 1-1. Dower in the last game was 1 for 2, and he had a single. 1-1 with 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth. Dower, he'll be foul though. That's a big run at third. If Dower can get in that run at third, you're talking a big 4-2 Baltimore lead. It's 3-2 here, the 1-2 with 2 outs. And that'll be ball 2 outside. 2-2 to Clancy. This is so big. A runner on third, it'll be 3-2. Danny Ford is on deck. And here comes the accountant. 3 balls, 2 strikes. A man on third with 2 outs, bottom of the fourth. And he strikes him out. And of course he goes the distance with the count, and he strikes out Dower. But Rick Dempsey, a big base hit here. And Dempsey has given Baltimore a 3-2 lead. Alfredo Griffin, he walked in the third. So officially he's had no at-bat yet. He's hitting .390 in the series, and here's Davis. The 60th pitch is outside, ball 1. Well, if you like baseball where there's a lot of people on base, this game is good for you. The starting pitching hasn't been great for either team. And oh, he just ripped this to right field. It's back, and it's against the wall, and he's out. Oh my goodness, it was against the wall. I thought he had tied the game or at least hit the wall with it. And Danny Ford with the catch, and now here's Tomaso Garcia. He had a single, and he ended up scoring a run. It has been the starting pitching that has been shaky. Both bullpens have been really good, believe it or not. Yeah, there have been slip-ups. Last game 2 for 5 with an RBI. If Toronto wins, they play Philadelphia, the Miracle Birds. Play Philadelphia, it's going to be high to right field. It's going to be a little blooper, and Len Cicada is going to make this catch 2 outs. You know, Blue Jays got to be throwing up their hands saying, oh my goodness, why in the world can't we make a 1 inning this easy? And Bunnell is 1 for 2, a single and an RBI, 7 for 24 in the series. Yeah, HC 0023, he nailed that, and I thought he might have tied it up because that ball hung in the air, and I knew it was a mistake by Davis. And when he hit that thing hard, I'm like, oh, there it is. But it went to the warning track and nothing beyond there. That'll be a base hit. He might get 2 on this. Let's see. And he will try. They throw to second, and he will be safe. The double by Bunnell. I'll tell you what, he's really picked himself up. In the last 6 or 7 playoff games, this guy has been a force hitting. He has been a force. He slumped for a while, and then he gets a big double. Now all of a sudden you have Lloyd Mosby, who's 2 for 2 today, trying to tie this game. And it'll be 1-0, and now the Orioles understand what Toronto goes through when there's 2 outs, as they can't get it. So the 1-0, That'll be to left field. If it hits the ground, it could be. It is fair. It's going to be 3-3. Lloyd Moseby is Mr. Clutch today. He's absolutely Mr. Clutch. He's 3 for 3 with 2 singles and a double. But more importantly, he has the game-tying RBI. Oh, my goodness. Oh, can you believe that? And finally, Baltimore sees what it's like to be a Blue Jay fan. They can't get that third out. Now here's Jesse Barfield, 0 for 1 today. Oh, that was right down the middle. Sacrifice fly and an RBI, 7 for 20 with a triple and 4 RBI in the series. 3-3, top of the 5th, 2 outs. Oh, he just let 2 go down the middle. Alan Ramirez and Dennis Martinez. Very big here in Barfield. The 0-2, and this will be fouled off. Oh, this is so big. Davis again, the 0-2 to Barfield. Whoa, he let 3 right go down the middle, even though that hit the corner. All 3 hung right where his power zone is, but Lloyd Moseby ties the game up at 3. It's 3-3. We go to the bottom of the 5th. And Danny Ford. So that was a big strikeout. And here comes Dan Ford. Bottom of the 5th inning, and the accountant. The accountant now, how hard will he make this? It'll be 1-0. Jesse Barfield, I agree with you, HC0023. Hey, he let 3 go by. They were just right there. They were meatballs, and it's 2-0. Jim Clancy right now, he's behind on every one of these batters. He's got to, if he wants to win this game and send Toronto to the World Series, he's got to be more aggressive. 2-1. It'll be high, 3-1. Toronto bullpen has been really good. Usually it's their starters that have been knocked around, and their bullpen holds the other team to like 0 runs or whatever, center field. And Lloyd Moseby 1 out. Good catch by him. He gets underneath. The great ones don't need to dive for the ball. They just get underneath and catch it. And Al Bunbury 0 for 2, a strikeout and a flyout. And it's going to be a strike there. Al Bunbury 0 for 2. Jim Clancy 66 pitches, and that's going to be foul. 0-2. 67 pitches, he'll be number 68. Bunbury the 0-2 with 1 out, and inside again. Here comes the accountant. An 0-2 where Bunbury's going after bad pitches, and he throws one way inside. And he throws one again on the ground. It should have been 2-2, but Bunbury fouls it off. Again, here's the 1-2 for the accountant to Bunbury. And again, it's way high, 2-2. I think everybody's putting on bets that he's going to walk Al Bunbury. The 2-2 with 1 out. It'll be on the ground. Rance Mullenix, what a defensive play there. I think people that is one of the most underrated, that is the most underrated play, really. That bouncer to third base and what he just did. As I said before with third baseman, you don't get many in the Hall of Fame because a lot of people can't make that play consistently, and Rance can. I'm not saying he's a Hall of Famer, but Rance can do it. Mike Schmidt can do it. But after that, I'm trying to think of great third baseman. And it's tough. So HC0023, very little. Very little. I haven't been really. Usually what happens is when I go home for the summer. Oh, this is Eddie Murray! Eddie Murray! Eddie Murray, and it is gone! Eddie Murray! Eddie Murray has given Baltimore a 4-3 lead. Eddie Murray has been unbelievable this series. Eddie Murray with a home run. He's been incredible this series. His numbers are staggering. And it was a low fastball. And he nailed it. He knew it was coming, and he just ripped that to right field. Eddie Murray, he had that clutch hit against Detroit. Then that was very big, where he tied it up in the ninth inning, and now he gives them a 4-3 lead. So Baltimore has had a 2-0 lead. Toronto tied it at 2. They've had a 3-2 lead. Toronto's tied it at 3. Baltimore, this is their third lead of the day at 4-3. They've never trailed, and here's Rifkin. And this happens with what? Everybody all at once, let's say it. It happened with 2 outs. And 1-1 now. Eddie Murray, just a mistake there. And there's Rifkin to left field. That'll hit fair. And it'll probably be a double. They go. And Bunnell will throw it in, and it's a double. Very big. Jim Clancy now. It's got to be 2 outs because he's having trouble. And here's Ken Singleton, 1 for 1, a single and a run. 2 for 21 in this series. He has a double and 3 RBI. Bottom of the 5th. And that'll be single. Oh, what a play. Rance Mulliniks, that was great as he throws to first. Eddie Murray, though. The third lead of the day for Baltimore. It's 4-3. They've never trailed. So HC0023, to answer your question, not really. Usually I go home for the summer and I get my baseball fix, and I really, I see it every day. I go to a few Pirate games. I see it on TV and all that stuff. But this year I was stuck in Thailand. No way to get home. So wasn't able to see it this year. Oh, that's Willie Upshaw now. And he's the first baseman. Last 3 games, 5 for 11, 455 average. So Upshaw batting 5th here, 0-1 now. Upshaw again, this is center field, but not far enough. Bunbury is underneath, 1 out. Here in the 6th inning. Eddie Murray with the home run in the 5th. And here's Ernie Witt, 0 for 2. He popped out twice. 143 in the postseason. I don't know why you boo. Quite honestly, if I saw Ernie Witt coming up, I'd cheer. I'd say, thank God it's not Mosby, and thank God it's not Barfield. But Ernie Witt coming up. And that'll be low 2-0. The low strike zone. Yeah, I know. It's getting bad. It's bad here in Thailand. Everything is closed, really. It's not lockdown, but everything's closed. And Witt will go 3-0. So it is. I feel you there. That's why I do this. Hopefully we can enjoy a ball game here and forget about the world. Witt. It'll be 3-1 with just an hour and a half. Forgetting about the world. The 3-1. And Witt again fouls it off. He might come all the way back. Storm Davis might have come all the way back against Ernie Witt. The 3-2 with an out. And that'll be fouled off. Witt trying to get on with 1 out. That's ball 4, and Ernie Witt will be on first with 1 out. Davis getting a little bit of Jim Clancy-itis. And not finishing off hitters with under 200 averages. Here's Cliff Johnson, 273 in the postseason. 2 groundouts. I think he's due here. So thank you very much, HC0023. And that's going to be a ball down low. Bill Swaggerty and Dan Morigallo are warming up. Thank you very much, HC0023, for the kind words. Thank you very much. So 4-3 Baltimore. Here at the top of the 6th, it'll be high, 2-0. for quickly the 2nd and 10 league, what I'm going to do is it's the World Cup of Winners, the WOW tournament, and that should be fun. And then Pro Strategy Football when it comes out, that huge tournament. I know how to do it, and I know how to do it so I'm not killing myself with a lot of time or whatever. So here we go, the 2-1. Struck him. No, it's going to be 2 outs. Oh, my goodness, Ernie Witt, and he is safe. Oh, they call him out. Oh, they call him out. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Oh. Oh, my. And I thought they were going to make it. It was a bad throw. And why would they make him do that? And that's going to be fouled away. Thank you very much, HC0023. I'm looking forward to football. Pro Strategy Football's going to be good. That's going to be a bouncer. Could have been a double play anyway. But they go to Murray and end the inning. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Baltimore has a 4-3 lead, trying to get insurance. So real quick, HC0023, hold on, Joey McLaughlin comes in. First time he's in, he's 6'2", 205, age 26. First time in the postseason. So here's Lowenstein, he's 1 for 2, a single in the 4th. So I just want to say really quickly, HC0023, that football, the WOW will be good, but Pro Strategy Football, that league, that tournament, and also what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same winners and losers league with Pro Strategy Football as I'm doing with 2nd and 10. Oh, he swung at that one. That one was high. And Joey McLaughlin is in. McLaughlin, he's trying to get at least the first batter here, and it's 1-2. So the accountant is out. The accountant is done. And it'll be shot to left field and foul. The reason why I'm going World Cup is because if I'm going to lose the season, it makes sense with the new game coming out. AJC, good to see you. This has been really good. A great game. There's going to be a strikeout, McLaughlin. This is the 1983, a modern format replay. AJC, the Jays, I'll give you a recap. It was 2-0 Orioles and 2-2. Toronto tied it 3-2 Orioles, and Toronto tied it at 3. And it was 4-3 on an Eddie Murray home run. So this has been a heck of a game. So Rick Dempsey now, the 0-1 with 1 out, bottom of the 6th. High pop fly, and this will be first base, and that'll be 2 outs. Cliff Johnson with the catch at first. Hey, good to see you, AJC. I'm glad you came in. UNHC0023. I really appreciate the support. And also, one of the great things is if the Blue Jays win here, it's the World Series. They go to the World Series. If they win, they're up 3-2. And it'll be a ball outside for Len Sakata. He's 0 for 2. He flew out and grounded out. He's only 4 for 22. In the series, he's cooled down majorly. He had some really good games earlier on,
1-1,
but couldn't do anything with it from about game 3 on. 3, 4, 5, or even 6. It'll be 2-1. Now McLaughlin, what he doesn't want to do is just walk Sakata and start something with 2 outs. A swing and a miss here. The knuckle curve, 2-2, bottom of the 6th. Game 6. Toronto wins. They go to the World Series. The 2-2. Struck him out, and we go to the 7th inning. The top of the 7th inning, a lot of people on base. This has been a great game. This has been a really, really good game. The end of the 6th, it's 4-3 Baltimore. Bill Swaggerty has appeared in 7 postseason games. He's 1-0, 8 innings pitched, 3.38 ERA, 2 strikeouts, 2 walks. Righties don't like the guy, and lefties like him. So Rance Mullinick says 2 flyouts, a purely defensive player. Offensively, he hasn't done that great, and Swaggerty, that's a strike. Rance Mullinick is 0 for 2 today. And it'll be 1-1. Top of the 7th inning, nobody out. And Rance, that's a base hit to right field. And they'll pick it up. That's going to be a single. And HC0023, you're right. The better bullpen will win this game. If that's the case, then Toronto might be on to the World Series. They've been a little bit better in the series. Their starting pitching has blown a lot of things, and then the bullpen has come in and held. Griffin now, and there's the bunt, a great bunt, but it goes right back to the pitcher. There's going to be 1 out, and they're only going to get him at second. That's it. And Alfredo Griffin will go to first. Now he has 75 speed. So what they did was, it wasn't an all loss. They traded out, and here's Damaso Garcia. The NL opponents, the 1983 Philadelphia Phillies. There's another bunt, and they might get on this time. They throw to first, they get out, 2 outs. So AJC, the 1983 NL opponent, will be the Philadelphia Phillies that beat the Montreal Expos. Believe it or not, they beat the Montreal Expos 4-1. The Expos swept the Dodgers. So the Phillies are 8-2 in the postseason. And Barry Bunnell, 8 for 25, 2 doubles. And if Bunnell gets a base hit here, we're tied again. That's going to be high, and will it drop? Will it drop? Will it drop? It'll drop. It's coming home. We're going to be tied again. We're going to be tied again. And for the third time today, we're tied. Baltimore went up 2-0. Toronto tied them. Then they went up 3-2, and Toronto tied them. Then they went up 4-3, and now Toronto's tied them at 4. Barry Bunnell is 3 for 4 today. A guy that was hitting under 100. And yes, Montreal put a big upset on LA. And it's going to be ball 1 outside Lloyd Moseby. He doubled, had 2 singles and an RBI. He's 10 for 25, 2 doubles, and 4 RBI. Oh, this is tense right now. Because if Toronto wins, they're in the World Series, and Baltimore knows it. It's now 2-0. Bill Swaggerty having trouble. He's trying to avoid Lloyd Moseby. He knows he's got to get him out. There's 2 outs. He might pitch around him and put him on. That'll be on the ground, though. Cal Ripken will throw to second to Len Sakata. And Toronto is tied it at 4. Barry Bunnell. Not Bonds, Bunnell. This guy actually can hit clutch. And it is 4-4. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Bottom of the 7th, Rich Dower. He struck out and popped out, 244. Average in the postseason, he's the 3rd baseman. That was a slider that didn't slide all the way in, 1-0. As we go to the bottom of the 7th, can Baltimore take a 4th lead of the day? Oh, it's a base hit. Is that going to be a base hit or an error? It goes by Cliff Johnson. What are they going to score that? It's probably got to be a base hit. I think it was just hit hard. Yeah, it was just hit hard. He couldn't get to it. And here they go. Danny Ford now is 0 for 3. Joey McLaughlin. And that'll be high, ball 1. And Abe, he's given that a strike many times. He's 0 for 3, lined out in the 5th. A 280 average. Dan Ford, 0 for 3. This is actually a very big batter. If Ford can get on, there will be 2 on with nobody out, and it's 2-0. Joe Altobelli. He's the manager of the Orioles. Earl Weaver retired in '82 after Milwaukee won the East title And Altobelli is the thing forward to right field. And this one is going to be caught, and nobody will move. 1 out. Jesse Barfield in right field making the catch. Oh, this is big, and here's Al Bunbury, 4 for 22. And an RBI grounded out in the 5th. Oh, so big. And Al Bunbury now, and that'll be a ball outside here in the 7th. McLaughlin now, it'll be 1-0 here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Bunbury 0 for 3. He's due today. One side says he's bad, the other side says he's due, and it'll be 1-1. Oh, this is big as it's 4-4. Toronto wins during the World Series. The 1-1, and that's going to be low. 2-1. This guy is not giving low pitches all day. Very consistent. But the question is, do they want consistency or accuracy? There's two different things. And that'll be a swing and a miss there. 2-2. A lot of umpires love to give that low pitch because that means ground balls. You get the ground balls with the low pitches. That'll be on the ground, and it's knocked down. And they'll throw to second and get the out. And that should be it. No, it's going to be 2 outs. Sorry. And Eddie Murray, a home run, a single, and an RBI. He gave the home run to go up 4-3, but Toronto's tied it. So now with 2 outs with Joey McLaughlin, how's he going to approach this? And it'll be high for a ball. Again, we've seen that as a strike as Bobby Cox is in the dugout. They would lead Kansas City in the 1985 ALCS in real life. 3-1, and that was the first year of the 7-game series. The first year of the 7-game championship series. And if it were the old way, it would be Toronto taking on St. Louis in the World Series. But it'll be 3-0 to Eddie Murray, who's unbelievable. Cal Ripken had a 2-run home run in this game. I think McLaughlin will throw this right down the middle to get the strike. And, oh, they gave the green light on that, and it's 3-1. Oh, my goodness. They gave the green light, and Eddie Murray knew it. He's red hot, and he knows it. It'll be the 3-1. Oh, a swing and a miss there. The count is going to be full. The bottom of the 7th inning is 4-4. This is incredible. The bottom of the 7th inning, the 3-2 pitch. On the ground. It'll hit McLaughlin. They throw to first. They get him out. We go to the 8th. And we go to the 8th inning now. It's a tie game if Toronto wins during the World Series. So Dan Morigallo will come in. 4 games, 0-1. 3 2/3 innings, 2.45 ERA, 1 strikeout, no walks. Righties are okay with them, and lefties like the guy. And here's Jesse Barfield. I would say the closest game was game number 4 when it was 3-3. And Lloyd Mosby won the game in the bottom of the 9th, 4-3. This will be a shot. Sakata to Murray, 1 out. I will tell you what, right now, that I think they're trying to go a little bit too much. This is when you got to be patient. Willie Upshaw, the first baseman. Is it Willie? Yeah, it's Willie. I kept calling him Cliff Johnson. Cliff Johnson's the next one. I believe he's the DH. Swing and a miss there, 0-1 with an out. Top of the 8th inning. Willie Upshaw. 1 for 3 today. He'll be down below 1-1 with 1 out. Top of the 8th. Oh, this is so tense because you know the next run's going to be so big. Oh, it slides out. It's a curveball, actually. 1-2 with an out. Top the 8th inning. 8C0023. Yeah, this is a very good game 6. Very tense because of the stakes. Oh, he struck out on a pitch that was about a foot inside. And there's 2 outs. Toronto's got to keep their focus if they want to win this one. It would be a miracle if they go to the World Series. They were 5th best in the American League. They were the lowest seed. They won the wild card game 6-1. And then they beat Chicago in 6 games. There's Ernie Witt. And they give it back and steps on first. That's 3 outs. They go to the bottom of the 8th inning. It's 4-4. Exactly the same amount of runs, hits, and errors. So Don Cooper, 7 games, he's 1-1, 7 innings, 6.43 ERA, 1 strikeout, 4 walks. Righties hate the guy, lefties like the guy. So here we go, Cal Ripken. Oh, you get nervous when you see somebody with stats like this come in. If you're a Blue Jay fan, you're loving it. If you're the Orioles, but you got to say to yourself, these are good players. Maybe if they had a rough spell, statistically, they could get on fire. Don Cooper, the 0-1. He's got to be careful around Ripken. It'll be inside 1-1. And they know that Cal, at any time, could get this place to turn into an insane asylum. As a swing and a miss, he could get 50,000 people going absolutely crazy. The 1-2, it'll be high, 2-2. And when I mean crazy, I mean absolutely, people would just, it would be loud. And it'll be outside 3-2. Ken Singleton has not had a great series. It's going to be 3-2 to Cal Ripken. Ripken, and he'll foul it away. When you're on the road, the last thing you want to do is take the leadoff batter and put him on. A 1-2-3 inning. The Orioles got it, but now they're on the bottom of the 8th, and another foul ball. So what's going to happen to Ripken? That's 8 pitches. This is going to be number 9 to Cal Ripken. 9th pitch. Fouled it off. And this will be pitch number 10 to Ripken. So Don Cooper, the pitch count is correct. And that'll be a base hit after 10 pitches for Cal Ripken. He's 3 for 5 or 3 for 4 today. And Ripken gets on first with nobody out. Oh my goodness, he is 3 for 4. So good to see AJC, I know. Oh my goodness. All the fouls, it's like foul, foul, foul. But here's Ken Singleton now. Ken Singleton is 1 for 2, a single and an RBI. The 0-1, and that'll be high, pop fly. This is to right field. It might hit the gap. It might hit the gap, and it will be gone. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone. And Baltimore has a 2-run lead. Ken Singleton has hit a 2-run home run in the bottom of the 8th inning. Oh, what a crushing blow this is. This is a crushing blow. And it is 6-4. Don Cooper has come in with his stats. Look at Bobby Cox. He can't believe it. Don Cooper has come in and not got an out yet. Ken Singleton, who's having one of the worst series, he's hitting about 100 in this series. And it is gone. T-Max 7,500. Hey, good to see you. The Baltimore Orioles are now up 6-4, trying to stave off elimination. If they do that, Game 7 will be tomorrow. The winner take all. The Miracle Blue Jays or the history-bound Birds of Baltimore. Well, they're both Birds. It'll be 1-1. 6-4. That'll be on the ground. And he'll pick it up and he'll win the race 1 out. Oh my goodness. I'm telling you what, right now, this is just an incredible game. And now Roy Lee Jackson will come in. 6 games. He's 0-1, 6 2/3 innings, 4.05 ERA, 5 strikeouts, 2 walks. Righties like the guy and lefties are good with the guy. So Roy Lee Jackson will be in trying to get the 2 outs. Rick Dempsey will be up. He's 2 for 3, 2 singles and an RBI at .295. If Baltimore holds on, then it is going to be a Game 7 here. It'll be 1-0. It'll be a Game 7, a huge home run. Reminds me of Mike Schmidt, what he did. That was a close series, that Expo series. Now minus that last Game 5 when it was 8-2. If you take away the 8-2 game, the first game was 5-1, but it was all one player. And then the rest of the games were close. 2 and 3 and 4 were close, with Montreal winning number 2. But game number 4 turned it, and it's going to be fouled off as it was tied. And then Mike Schmidt hit a 2-run home run in the bottom of the 8th. Oh, that was incredible. And that'll be a little poke. Garcia, the first, 2 outs. Oh, the Orioles will have to hold on, and Len Cicada, 4 for 23. Ken Singleton, a home run, a huge home run. He could have hit into a double play, but he didn't. And that'll be a ball 1. Randy Moffett is the only one in the bullpen, quite lonely out there. They might need him if he gets in trouble, but Cicada's 0 for 3. Moffett might come in if Toronto were to tie or get the lead. If they were to tie, I think you'd see Roy Lee Jackson come in, and it'll be 3-0. Rich Dower will be on deck. If they tie, I think it'll be Roy Lee Jackson until he gets in trouble. And then Moffett would come in. It'll be 3-1. If they take the lead, you'll see Moffett, and they call ball 4. And Cicada will be on first, and Rich Dower will come up. They got to get this 3rd out if you're Toronto. If not, then they have the insurance, and they can finally work on a buffer zone here. Rich Dower in the bottom of the 8th with 2 outs. They go to first, and Cicada is safe. 6-4, Baltimore now leads Toronto. This is the 4th time that they've had the lead in the 4th time they've had the lead, and that's a strike. Toronto's tied it the other 3 times. The 0-1, and that'll be 0-2. So it'll be the 0-2. Struck him out, and we go to the 9th inning. If Toronto can tie it up, if Toronto gets 3, then they'll be big. Remember, if Toronto wins, they go to the World Series. If not, we go to an all or nothing. But Ken Singleton in the 8th inning showing that it's his turn to put his name in the history books. And here's Tippy Martinez. Not Dennis, but Tippy. 4 games, 0-1. 3 saves and 4 opportunities. 3 2/3. His ERA is bad. His strikes and walks. Righties hate the guy and lefties love him. Cliff Johnson now. That'll be ball 1. If they get somebody on base, then that means that they can tie it up. 1-0. And that's going to be to right field and foul this off. Thank you, T-Max 7500. Thank you very much. Hey, enjoying a baseball game, a good one. I enjoy the comments, too. I enjoyed it. I really love it, so thank you very much. The 1-1, top of the 9th inning. That'll be a strike. Baltimore 6, Toronto 4. They need one on. And, in fact, they want to go into a double swap. They want somebody to get a double, and then everybody keep getting doubles. So Cliff Johnson, the 1-2. Struck him out. That one was in the dirt. And he almost did an Ichiro Suzuki and hit that one. There's one out. Tippy Martinez. So Tippy Martinez goes down. And now here's Rance Mulliniks. 1 for 3. Rance is swinging a miss. They're kind of in the desert here, the Sahara of the lineup. Because they want to get somebody on for Alfredo Griffin. Because Alfredo Griffin is the best hitter, and he might get on. And that'll be high, 1-1. As Rance Mulliniks trying to get on, one out. They do need a home run. They do need a guy on if they do hit a home run. Sorry. If they get a home run now, they still need one more run. The 2-1. 3-1. Oh, Rance, just don't swing at a bad pitch if you're Toronto. This might be going 7 games. The 3-1. Ball 4, and he walks to first. So Rance will go on first. And now this is very big because Rance is on first. Now the tying run is Alfredo Griffin. He's 0 for 2 today. He's been really good throughout this series. Of course, it says 5 for 18 and an RBI. He's had a walk and he scored 2 runs today. He had a fielder's choice in one of them. Alfredo Griffin, the shortstop. A double play ends this game. A home run will make me fall out of my seat. It'll literally make me fall out of my seat. Outside ball 1. If they put on Griffin, then we start, and Damaso Garcia will come up with a chance to take the lead. The 1-0 with 1 out. Griffin. The pitch. Low, ball 2. Tippy Martinez with a 12 ERA. This thing is just absolutely going down to the wire here. This is the way it should be. This is what I call stroke baseball, where you're going to have ambulances flying everywhere. It's 3-0 with 1 out here in the top of the 9th. Griffin, are they just going to give him this strike, or is he going to pull the trigger? They're just going to give him that strike. Eddie Murray pulled the trigger earlier on. And shell shock, the 3-1. Ball 4, now we got 2 on, and Tippy Martinez. You know, when you get a reliable guy like Tippy, and you get like stats over time, when they have a big ERA, then they statistically go on a tear and lower that. But it's not happening now. He's acting like his numbers. And Damaso Garcia has a chance for a lead. If he would have hit a home run, oh my goodness. 1 out. Everybody is just swallowing their tongues. The pitch. Ooh, and that was tipped a little bit. Garcia's only hitting .087 against lefties. He doesn't get a righty. And here we go. That's going to be fouled off quickly, 0-2. Remember, there's only 1 out. Unless he hits into a double play, then, oh, geez, I want to say Barry Bonds. But no, it isn't. It's going to be fouled again. Tippy Martinez, it's going to be 0-2 with 1 out, top of the 9th inning. Damaso Garcia is 1 for 4. The 0-2 pitch. Low, ball 1. That thing could have been golfing. If you were Arnold Palmer, that thing would be through the scoreboard. And it's going to be 1-2. Top of the 9th inning, 1 out. Damaso Garcia, 1 for 4. The ALCS. Remember, if the Blue Jays win this game, they go to the World Series. The 1-2 with 1 out. And it'll be struck him out. There's 2 outs. And Martinez's second strikeout. That's the only way he's getting any outs. And oh my, Damaso Garcia. Oh, look at the Singleton, the catch. Rick Dempsey, the catcher. Look at Dempsey, the catcher. Here comes Barry Bonnell. Barry Bonnell's 3 for 4, double, 2 singles, and 2 RBIs. Can he go 4 for 5? I'll tell you what, if he goes 4 for 5, a good, well-placed hit, and we can have a tie game. And it'll be a strike. Oh, they get that inside. Bonnell didn't like that, but he can't focus too much in on that, or else he's going to not be ready for this at-bat. It's the 0-1 now. Oh, that was terrible. He swung early, and now he's down to his last strike. Can Tippy strike out Bonnell and go to a Game 7? Low, 1-2. Game 7. Will there be a Game 7? You got 2 on, 2 outs. The 1-2 pitch here in the top of the 9th inning. Game 7 will be tomorrow. The 1-2. Oh, ball 2. Outside. Oh, look at Martinez. He's saying something. We want to keep this at least beyond NC-17, so we're not going to repeat it. The 2-2. Top of the 9th inning. 2 on, 2 outs. Bonnell hits it on the ground. This should be it. It's a Sakata to Murray, and we have a Game 7. Baltimore holds on, and there will be a Game 7. There will be a Game 7, an all or nothing. Baltimore took 4 different leads in the game. 2-0 on a Cal Ripken home run. Toronto tied it at 2. Eddie Murray hit a home run, 3-2, and Toronto tied it at 3. And then they got a 4-3 lead, and then they tied it at 4, and then a 2-run home run by Ken Singleton. Made it 6-4, and they almost did it. But we go to a Game 7, an all or nothing tomorrow. An all or nothing tomorrow. Tomorrow will be an all or nothing. Game number 7, Baltimore 6, Toronto 4. And now for the post-game show. Let's take a look at some of the stats and who you can throw a brick at the next time you see them. Let's see that. That was a big home run by Ripken early. This was Eddie Murray to make it 3-2. So big here. And then we go to the next one. And this was Bonnell. Bonnell hit a huge hit there. Ken Singleton. Oh my goodness. Oh, look at that. Ken Singleton. And then the home run. And then Sakata to Murray. And that's it. So let's take a look at who you should throw a brick at and who you should send a birthday present to. First for Toronto, Bonnell and Mosby went both 3 hits. Bonnell went 3 for 5, Mosby 3 for 4. Barfield gets a donut today, so he's cooled off. Ernie Wick gets a donut, Johnson gets a donut. The DH and Alfredo Griffin, 0 for 2, he walked twice. Every time Griffin walked, he scored. So you take a look at the pitching now. Clancy again, remember, the starting pitching has been terrible. 5 innings in starting pitching and 3 innings. So in 5 innings, they gave up 4 runs, and 3 innings, they gave up 2 runs. So about the same when you look at it. We're not doing any decimal points here. For Baltimore, Ford and Bunbury get donuts, but then you have Murray, who was 2 for 4. Ripken, 3 for 4. Unbelievable. Yes, Game 7, believe it or not, HC 0023. Game 7 will be in Baltimore here. It'll be in Baltimore. Ripken, unbelievable. 3 for 4, 2 RBI, the home run. Singleton, 2 for 3, upped his average to the Mendoza line. Lowenstein, 1 for 4. Dempsey, 2 for 4 there. Sakata got a donut, and Dower, 1 for 4. Pitching-wise, Swaggerty with the blown save, but Morigallo gets the win, and Tippy Martinez gets the actual save. So that was big. You come in the last 3 innings, remember that's a save. The save rule is you come in the last 3 innings, and it's the number of outs that's less. So if you come in, the number of runs, it's less than the number of outs. So it is, if you come in and in the 7th inning and you have an 8-run lead, you can get a save. So I know it seems stupid, but that's just the way it is. I mean, some of these rules have been around since, like, David hit Goliath in the head with a pitch. When you take a look at the pitching analysis right now, here's Davis. There was a total 125 pitches. So here's the stats for all of them. Here's Davis. Here's Martinez. This is Tippy Martinez. Here's Moragallo. He only threw 6 pitches. Here's Swaggerty, 9 kind of memorable ones. And that was all of them for the Blue Jays. They threw 134. Here's Clancy and his memorable 78 where you wanted to tear your hair out. Cooper. Here's Jackson's 13. Here's McLaughlin's 28. That was a wild ride. And now for the batters quickly. And as we go through this, here are the Blue Jays first. Let's do analysis. Toronto's hitting the ball well. They just could not get over the hump. They did not get a clinching lead. A clinching lead is when a team can clinch a series and they have the lead. So let's say in this game, if Toronto ever got a lead, that would be a clinching lead. For the Orioles, here are their batters. So they never had a clinching lead, and I think that's big. You expected Baltimore to start out strong, but Toronto fought back. Now in Game 7, you never know. If somebody screws up in an early inning, the rest of the game, you can't hit reset, it's over. You know, if somebody gives up 4 runs in the first inning, then that could be enough to win the game. So Game 7 tomorrow is going to be big. It's probably going to be around the same time, about 9 o'clock Thailand time, 8 o'clock in the morning New York time. If you miss it or whatever, just go to my channel. It'll be good, but an unbelievable game. 6-4 Baltimore wins. Ken Singleton in the bottom of the 8th inning, and then Toronto couldn't get their runners in. And that was it. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you HC0023, AJC, and T-Max 7500. I hope to see you all tomorrow. Game number 7. We're going to see who's playing the Phillies in the World Series. We're going to see who's playing the Phillies in the World Series. And that World Series should be a heck of a World Series. If it's the Miracle Blue Jays or the historically ordained Baltimore Orioles. We'll see you tomorrow, and we'll see if, as HC0023 says, we're going to see if the Orioles have all the momentum. They do, it could be an 8-1 win. If Toronto gets it back and scores early, they could clinch again by the score of 6-1, how they did the wild card round and how they beat Chicago. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day, everybody. Oh, thank you very much, T-Mac. I'll see you tomorrow. And see everybody tomorrow. Have a great day. And we'll see you then. Thank you.